Hip hop is just everywhere in New York. It's not separate from it. But MCs who just don't have the skill of rap, but the style of it is corny. I realized, yo, everything that Rumi is doing, Pac was doing. Everything Pun's doing, Shakespeare was doing. The plot is not every single thing that happens in the story. The plot is the important things that lead to other important things. If you listen to Nas, when he tells the story in reverse, it's plot. Like, you think Nas doesn't know changing perspective, that song where he's talking from the perspective of a gun.
Hey, welcome to Off Top, the platform where raw performance meets real conversation. Season 1 showed us what happens when culture meets quality. But this week, we're doing something different. We're bringing education, lyricism, and artistry all in one room. My guest today is someone who studies the game like a scientist. He's a writer, creative, and a builder who has spent years breaking down bars and helping artists understand their craft on a deeper level. He's a founder of Rap Seminar, the co-creator of Barbwire open mic series, and a partner with Pendulum Inc, the world's first school for lyricism. Through his work, he's analyzed the way MCs write, count bars, and use as literary devices. He's helped countless artists build bios, press releases, and find their voice. He's a poet, a teacher, and a true student of hip-hop who made his way from Brooklyn to Tampa, Arizona, California, and finally here to El Paso. On this episode of Off Top, we sit down with Rob Nice to talk about his journey, mission, and the movement behind Rap Seminar, and how his vision connects to what we're building right here on Off Top. Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Yo, thank you, man. It's dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Fire. Fire.
Yes, sir, man. Actually, before we get started, I do this customary toast.
Okay.
On this platform and also libations, man. Let's bring it in.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I know you don't drink heavy, but
I don't drink heavy, but yo, I'm here with you today.
Never above you,
All
never
right.
below you, but always by your side. Bring them together.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
Man, so let's get into this first question, brother. So you've lived in a lot of places, man. What did moving around teach you about people and culture?
Wow, that's interesting. You know, I have lived in a lot of places. Dominican Republic. I lived in Spain.
Wow.
I lived in New York. All different places in New York. Florida, Arizona, Cali. You know, I think it taught me how to interact with people a little bit more, how to be more communicative and open to building with people and linking and stuff like that. But it also allowed me to appreciate different cultures. And I love seeing how no matter where you are on earth, it's certain things that everybody is doing. We all do.
Right.
But we just do in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Right.
So you're talking about commonality.
Everybody like we're gonna drive somewhere. You're gonna chill somewhere. You're gonna eat. You're gonna shop. There's certain things you're gonna do, but depending on where you are and your traditions and customs, you just do it a little different.
Absolutely.
So I love seeing those little intricacies and differences in cultures through the commonalities. You know. So yeah. I love to travel, see new things, be new places.
Cool, man.
Most definitely. Yeah.
I asked that question because it kind of ties into, where you come from. So thinking back on when you were a child, what moments made you feel closest to music?
Man, probably when I was chilling in the room, just by myself, listening to the radio, or popping a tape in the tape deck. That's probably the when I was connecting most to music. There was no distractions. You could just, I could just listen to the lyrics, stop the tape, rewind it, play it again. I was the type that I would listen to the radio for, like, let's say I heard a song, I would wait for that song to play again and record it on the tape deck. And then I would record it like a bunch of times in a row, like on the tape, you know what I'm saying? And just listen to the same song over and over again. So it's different than today with all the like streaming and everything, because we had to wait for the song to come on to catch it. And you had to listen through all the other music, all the commercials,
Yep.
the DJ speaking, whatever they were talking about. And you had to be ready to press record.
Absolutely. But first you had to go actually physically go buy, you had to go stand in line and go buy you a copy, physical copy of
Oh,
the
yeah,
album.
all that too. Yep.
Absolutely, man. How you
Yep,
feeling?
all
How
that
you feel,
too.
Do you feel that's a good thing for
You know, I
for
don't know.
music?
I think when we had to actually leave home to go find the music, I think it created more of an appreciation for the music itself. Cuz you went on a mission to get it. And you're going to sit and you're really going to listen to it. Like
Right.
I went all the way over here, you're going to unwrap the little plastic off the cassette tape. You know, you're going to pull out the little insert and read the shout outs or the lyrics, you know, look at the pictures. I think there was more of an appreciation because of the struggle it was to find it in the first place.
Absolutely.
And I think personally, I was more attentive to the details of things and who produced this? I could read the producer on the insert. I could see who produced it. I could see what the samples were. You know, I could read the lyrics. And today, they'd be like, yo, have you heard so-and-so? I'd be like, yeah, let me check real quick. And then I'll hear 30 seconds of it and switch it.
Right.
What's the next track?
Right.
You know?
If you went
And-
down there to buy the stuff, then
Yeah.
buy your album, then you probably had more keepsake value.
There
you
we
know what
go,
I'm saying?
right? Yeah. And not to mention, let's say you wanted to go to the next track. You had to fast forward that joint and sit there and wait for it to fast forward and check.
Yeah.
Oh, did I go too far? And it's like midway through the song, I gotta rewind
Oh
now.
my God.
Like it was a
Like,
struggle.
Cassette tape era. Oh my, they don't know that struggle. Like it's
You
not
know?
instant when you just drag your finger. You really had to hear that joint rewinding and that track squeaking.
You got to hear that.
As
You
the
gotta-
reel turns it back. It's crazy.
all that. That was my era, you know. And then the CDs, of course, was different, but
Man, so you mentioned that Walkman after your parents split. How did that shape your connection to hip hop?
yeah, well, that's pretty wild because I would ride my bike and just listen to the Walkman, just with my headphones on. I would bring like one or two tapes with me. It was usually like some type of Wu-Tang, Enter the 36 Chambers, or maybe some type of, you know, Capone and Noriega. And I would just ride my bike around the neighborhood just to see what I could get into, and just be listening, just taking it all in, you know.
So I remember, you know, growing up in Chicago in the 80s and 90s, right? And how that shaped my identity as a Chicagoan. How did it feel in your background, like growing up in the presence in that same area from all of the greats in hip hop, especially early hip hop?
You know, I don't think I knew where I was, really. I was just there. Like, my dad, he was a preacher in the Bronx, and we would be sitting in church, and there was windows on the right side of the building and of the chapel, and we could look through to the street. We could see the street. We could see everybody walking up and down the block. And there was an era where we would be in church, and I would see Flavor Flav walk by.
Whoa.
Flavor Flav, bro,
crazy.
with the clock.
Real life.
Yeah, real Flavor Flav.
Wow.
I was there. I was like, yo. And I was a kid, but I knew Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? And because I had seen the videos and everything. But I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm in the presence of greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, that's Flavor Flav right there. And there was so much like hip hop is just everywhere in New York. Like, it's not separate from it, you know? And so just walking down the block, you see people, how they dress. You see the dudes like on the corner outside the bodega, like with the uptowns on and the hockey, with the hockey jersey and the black fatigues or something. And you just see the styles and the aesthetics. You might go play some hoop, go to the court, people with the Olafs on, with the basketball shorts, like Google that. People don't know about the Olafs. You know what I'm saying? The basketball shorts, like with the whatever, you know, like the Police Athletic League shirt on. It was just a vibe, you know. And what's crazy though is I was just back in New York, and I'm walking, and I see the handball courts is paddleball now. on the handball courts or on the basketball court, like they playing paddle ball. And I'm like, wow, like how things change.
Yeah, this can't be real.
Because it's a lot of like handball was like that was the hood game. Like
You think that was the gentrification that took place? Is that okay?
obviously.
Okay, but I mean, I know that for particular spots, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know Harlem for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
not from New York, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
It's crazy, man, to see. But it was around, it was everywhere. And so you couldn't really like escape it that much, you know. I would like Hot 97 would be everybody listened to Hot 97, and this was the era of like DJ Red Alert, I believe, at that time. He was on. So
Big time. That's
Yeah.
what's up, man. I know you study, lyrics. You study music.
yeah.
At what point did it become something that you realize, okay, I'm studying this? Like, at what time did you say, you know what, this is what I love to do?
Good one. It could have been like ciphering with my cousin Bison, Bison FC, the greatest rapper on the planet.
Shout out to Bison.
He's my little cousin. But you know, I when I was in high school, I was a freshman, and there was a crew, the Unknown Soldiers. That was their name, the Unknown Soldiers. And they also went by the Mystic Clique. And these guys were all from New York, but they lived in Tampa. I was a ninth grader. And they would like hit on the soda machine and like make beats and then freestyle off the top, like in the hallway or outside or whatever, and make fun of people walking by. And they would just be kicking like crazy bars, raps. So I would go home and emulate that and copy what they were doing for my cousin, right? For Bison. And I'd be like, yo, cuzzo, check this shit out. Yo, da-da-da-da, look at your sneakers. Da-da-da-da-da, your shirt's too tight. Da-da-da-da-da. Just making fun of him and shit, you know? And then he would start like, oh, okay. And he just got really good. He just got to like, he really took it serious. And in my opinion, became one of the greatest MCs ever, like on the planet. Not just because he's my cousin, but he's super talented, man, like out of this world. So I started to like listen to what he was saying and like notice how he would say things and the imagery and the metaphors and the similes and the way, I didn't know what shit was called, but I knew he was doing stuff.
Right.
And that was really when I started listening, like listening. But it wasn't until actually I was in college working on my master's of fine arts degree, the MFA, studying poetry, that I started to learn the academic side of using words creatively. And I learned about literature and all the great poets and the great writers, not only from the US, but from Latino America, from Europe, from all over the world, Rumi, Khalil Gibran, the great poets, right? So I learned about the techniques and all of that stuff. And then I realized, yo, everything that Rumi is doing, Pac was doing, everything, Pun's doing, Shakespeare was doing, So and then I realized that. And I also realized that artists like to know what they're doing because we just do it naturally. But a lot of times we don't know it has a name to it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is an enjambment, what you just did. This rhyme pattern is an A-A-B-B rhyme pattern or A-B-A-B rhyme pattern. So I was breaking all that down. But it was my cousin and then getting that formal education that really got me into the analysis of lyricism.
Wow.
Long story, but just to get to the point,
it's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's perfect, man. How long did it take your cousin to get good at actually rhyming?
His whole life. He's been rhyming since he was 13, 12. His first recording was over like Wu-Tang beats and Mobb Deep beats.
But I'm saying, though, like, what point? Because it sounds like, from what you told me, like he dabbled in rapping. Then when you start kind of like getting on him in in the rhymes, that kind of triggered him a little bit. And then from there, it just was no looking back.
Right.
It's like
To get nice?
To get nice. The way he's like, oh, he got something like the same.
Well,
regular.
I would say he started when he was like 13, 14. I think by the time he was 16, he was already nice. But what happened is the life experience. So now that
start catching up with the
he's a
skill.
grown man now, he has his raw talent still, but he has life understanding. He's been through things, you know? So he's able to tell stories, things from interesting perspectives, and his approach, his voice has matured. He knows his style. He's more comfortable. So I would say from like when he was 16, now he's probably I think he's like in his 30s. He's been rapping ever since, man. He's out of this planet, like out there. He's out there. Yeah, and he don't sound the same. Like any type of beat, every 4 bars, it's a different cadence. It's a different delivery. Crazy. I gotta bring some of his music to you, man, so you can see what's up.
Does he ever come out here?
He's been out here once, but I want to bring him through to do a show. Bring him here. You know what I'm saying?
We would love to have him on the platform.
You know, that would be fire. And then, yeah, but he travels. We could do it. We could make that happen.
I would love
get
to
a show,
see it, man. Especially like I value, and I'm gonna rewind too, because like people don't know kind of how we linked up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've been supporting since day one, man. We just been doing this for a little while now. You know? And I just the way you embrace the culture so much, especially with OffTop and the brand, and just how we linked up, man. What brought us to this point where we came together for this collaboration.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because I like filming MCs rap. And like I'll go to the show and I'll catch people doing freestyles outside, and I'll put the captions up just off my iPhone or whatever, and I'll post that, and then I like the platforms, like all the platforms where people are rapping, like like OffTopTV, you know what I'm saying? And I love the platforms, and so I'll see the freestyles and all that. And one day I'm just scrolling and I saw OffTopTV for the first time, and I'm like, yo, what is this? And I started noticing, like, wow, the quality of the videos is dope. Like, the artist is on point. Like, this is crazy. Like, look at this. So I just started liking the post, I think, and maybe sharing stuff or whatever, just because I enjoyed seeing it. And then I'm like, I saw another one. I'm like, nah, this is crazy. Like, who is this? And you know how, I don't know if you do this, but since I run a platform, I want to know more about platforms that seem like they're high quality. What are they doing? I want to study.
Absolutely.
Get some tips, some ideas or whatever. And then I saw the bio, and y'all are here in the same city as me.
Crazy.
And I thought that was really wild. So I reached out right away, like, yo, I didn't even know y'all were out here.
Yeah.
Let's link up. Let's do something. And then, you already had what you were doing, and then you brought the idea to me about the takeover.
Absolutely. And I'm the same way. I always have gratitude for even like seeing what we're doing and seeing the value in it. It confirms some stuff for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toast.
Yeah,
to that.
cheers.
Cheers. And yeah, man, I love, and then it's just a chance meeting. Me being from Chicago, you being from a bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
But also, having a strong root on the East Coast, and we're just so happen to be so close. So I had to make sure that we did something, because I think we both love foregrounding artists. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Foregrounding the culture, ultimately, right? So yeah, man, I just want to get that backstory.
And
out
there's
there,
something
man.
cool about that. Like, you have this dope studio where you could actually do a podcast with somebody, and they'll get some shine off of that, or they want to rap, do a song or a poem or whatever it might be. Like, that's a great thing to be able to provide people, and it's right. I love doing that on my platform too.
Absolutely.
And it's just I don't even know why. Like, sometimes they'll be like you say, yo, you know any poets? And I was thinking about all the other poets that could come up and perform, and I didn't even say me, And
Right.
that happens a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and I realized, like, I just like putting people on.
Yeah.
And I feel that is one way to contribute to the culture.
Yep.
Is like, it doesn't have to be about me. I could put you in front of the audience and give you an opportunity to do something, because I already been doing my thing. So it's great to let other people shine and provide that space for people.
And then also providing something that it's not common out there.
No.
A platform like yours, in reference to breaking down lyrics and letting people really understand the art and the science behind hip hop culture, hip hop music, and so man, that's very. I'm gonna give you your flowers for that.
Thank
bro.
you. Thank
For
you.
real,
Yeah.
for real.
It's been a minute.
And then me, this is our idea. I got spawned off of a few people that I look up to, few platforms that I look up to, but when I try to look and see the gaps, being in the industry for a short amount of time now, but being a quick study to understand that the industry is different now. You have to create your own lane, and any opportunities such as our collaboration we're doing, Rap Seminar and OffTopTV, right? Any platform that you can get on to get the exposure, to show people what you got, what you made of, is a good opportunity for everybody. And I see that. This is something that I really love, the culture. I've been a music fan, hip hop fan. I love R&B, poetry, and so just us being in a position to do that for people, man, is like something that I feel like is
It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
It's
Man.
awesome.
It's like a service. People are here to do different things on this earth, and this is one of the things that I'm here to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
And inspire.
You
You definitely inspire me, brother. So you created a rap seminar to analyze lyrics the way professors analyze poetry. What did you discover when you started doing that?
Well, one thing I discovered was that a lot of MCs are using high-level literary techniques. The same things that the great poets have used, or the storytellers have used, right? And these techniques tend to be natural to a lot of artists, but they may not know, like I said before, what it's called or something like that. So when you then can point out, like, yo, this is this, now you have a name to it. Now you can use it intentionally and have more of an awareness of the skill set.
Wow.
Right?
Say that.
So to get at that, yeah, but there's a lot to it.
But to mix it up and say, you know what, it actually makes you more equipped to be versatile.
Oh yeah.
And to make more nuanced approaches to your music.
Definitely.
To be able to define it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like if you learn storytelling techniques like omniscient narration, first person narration, third person narration, if you learn about the plot line, right? Like, what is a real plot? What is the plot? The plot is not every single thing that happens in the story. The plot is the important things that lead to other important things that happen in the story, So if you understand that, if you understand the exposition, the rising action, the climax, or the point of no return, the falling action, the resolution, it's going to change the way you write an album. It's going to change the way you write a song, right? Like if you listen, and the way you listen to music. If you listen to Nas and you hear any of his, like, the rewind, when he tells the story in reverse. That is storytelling. It's plot. Like, you think Nas doesn't know about plots, the plot line? Do you think Nas doesn't know about literary techniques? He might not talk about it, but I guarantee, like, Nas, I know you know about, because he's obviously doing it intentionally. Changing perspective. That song where he's talking from the perspective of a gun.
Yep.
That is changing the point of view, right? From the point of view is from the gun, and the gun is the narrator. From a first-person perspective, the gun is speaking. And how can the gun tell the story differently than a person can? So once you have that awareness, it's going to change the way you create your art, for sure, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro. It's as a filmmaker, right? As a cinematographer, filmmaker, it kind of just reminds me of cinematics, like telling the story. It's kind of like the character arc. Certain elements that build a great story, and it's crazy that it transcends, music and film. So that's dope, man.
Like characterization. You said the character arc. Like, how do you develop a character? How do you? There's different types of characters too. You got the round character, you got the dynamic characters, you got, we could talk about this for days, but like knowing those things, I think separates, I think that's what an artist is. That's when you get into the art. You're not just a rapper.
Right.
You're creating art.
Absolutely. Man. Yeah. Character arcs, you talking about different things. There's 7, no, it's more, but common 7 common character types. And so if you know that in filmmaking and music, then it makes it easier for you to use those devices to tell a story, right?
Yep.
But do you feel like telling a story is kind of a lost art in hip hop?
Well, it depends because hip hop is vast. Like, there's artists today telling crazy stories and stuff like that. But, I think that it's just like you got to find those artists because you're not going to, the radio is not going to provide that to you.
Yep.
And you're not like, you almost got to dig a little bit more, I think, to find people who are storytelling and stuff of that nature. But it's there. It's there.
It exists. There's a lot of great artists out here that's not in the spotlight, that's underground.
The new Clips album, they're storytelling.
Absolutely.
That story about their father, like I think it's about their father, their parents, their father. That is storytelling right there, and it's a heartbreaking song. It's there. It's there.
Man, what's your favorite type of hip hop? Is it vibe? Is it storytelling? Is it wordplay? What is it?
I listen to, if it's, all right, what do I listen to like when I'm by myself, nobody around type shit? It's probably East Coast, grimy type of rap.
Okay, yeah.
That's what my comfort zone, my soul food would be.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. Like
that makes sense. I mean, all my people that's from New York, or have spent some time in New York, kind of lean that way, to be honest with you. So I kind of, I have to be diverse in like my taste for me. I'm real eclectic when it comes to music. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I'd say my soul food would be probably like stuff like Common.
Common, yeah. I like Common, man.
Common, some Nas, Lupe
Water for
Fiasco.
Chocolate.
Like Water for Chocolate.
That album was fire.
Yes, it was.
Man.
Oh man, the questions. Man,
it's
my
my
goodness.
goodness.
On there. It's a lot on there. The vibe was. I kind of missed that brand of hip hop, which is a little left of like. It's not like New York. It's unlike New York, but it has a soul to it, like that Jay Dilla element of like production. Yeah, I kind of missed that. I would say that's my type of.
Yeah. I got you. I like Common a lot, man. His early albums, crazy. Talk about storytelling. Yeah. He shows up and somebody robbed him. Stole some stuff out of his house.
Yeah, stole something from his grandma.
Man.
Well, I see these niggas.
That was so crazy.
Yeah, that's just funny, man. I kind of lean, to be honest, this is why I like Kendrick. Not Kendrick so much, but Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City or whatever. And I love J. Cole. Obviously, you can see him behind here.
Yes.
Custom piece back here.
Yep.
That's my best joint. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
but
nice piece.
I like to. I tend to lean towards people like Kanye, Lupe, Kendrick, just regular guys. Yeah. That just love to communicate what they feel, what's on their heart, and to use those devices that you was talking about to do that well. I kind of lean towards the regular people, man. Yep. Because I think there's an epidemic in the way music is now. I still love the boom bap. I love Griselda, everybody over there, Dave East. Right, but like the way it's going, and primarily a lot of it's coming out of Chicago, unfortunately. But it's a part of like the experience, a real life experience. But I just feel like there's a certain threshold where it's like, are we glamorizing murder? Are we glamorizing?
Ooh, yeah.
The things that's really caustic to.
I'll be honest with you, man. It's crazy because, that's something I thought about a long time now, and when I was actually in college, I stopped listening to rap music. Like when I was in like my freshman years, I just listened to reggae music. I got into all types of roots reggae, roots and culture, like Lee Scratch Perry, dub reggae, Sizzla, Capleton, Buju Banton, you know what I'm saying? Like all that type, and it was that's all I would listen to because I felt like, man, why don't I listen like this? I don't want to hear about someone they're gonna kill me, or they're gonna do this or that, or like why? Like why do I want to listen to this person talk about themselves, or whatever it might be? And so it's interesting because now like certain type of rap is like my guilty pleasure, and I'll listen to it if I'm doing push-ups, if I'm getting my burpees going, whatever. I'll put on some West Side Gun or something, or some Mobb Deep, like, because I got to get in a certain zone to do something, But I also understand storytelling today, and that's the thing. Like, You can see a Quentin Tarantino film
Yeah.
where there's gory things happening. You can see Alfred Hitchcock, series or whatever. You could see a zombie movie, The Walking Dead.
Yeah. See somebody
A lot
getting-
of that stuff is gruesome. Those
Yeah.
action flicks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of horrible things that we see in film, but we don't criticize it as much as we do hip hop and rappers. Rappers always take the brunt of the criticisms, right?
It's true.
They want to admit MC's lyrics now to prosecuting them in court.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
But what about the death metal artists that are talking all kind of crazy shit? We don't hear their lyrics in court. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so why does the people who create black music get criticized?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. So I see that, okay, while this person is telling a story about robbing a bank or shooting somebody or something horrible, right? Look at the craft that's going in. Like, there's techniques, right? William Blake was a poet who wrote very dark poetry, right? Very dark poetry. But people analyze it today and they see it as high literature. I could break down some Mobb Deep lyrics and I'll say, yo, that's right on point with William Blake. You know what I'm saying? That's right there with it, CNN or whoever. Now, the one thing that I don't like to rock with is the misogyny and the disrespect for women. That's when it's kind of like, damn, like, I wish that part we could let go of, like the disrespecting the females in the lyrics. That's the part that it's kind of like, to me, it's like, damn, like, I have a mom, I have sisters. I wish we could just show the ladies a little more respect in the lyrics, and how we perceive
I would
them.
say, from my perspective on that whole topic is, first of all, I love music. I can respect, the story that's being told and understand it. Like, even though I may not agree with what's being said, that just may not be a circumstance that I'm surrounded with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. But at the same time, I just feel like when you mentioned people that make black music, at the same time they scrutinize, but at the same time I feel like the powers that be, the prison, the like the system thrives off of the people that consume that type of music.
Got you.
Because I feel like, that's the one thing that you can kind of enter your soul, enter your mind, and enter you and affect some kind of, at least a percentage of people.
Right.
To a point where, they want to actually live that lifestyle.
Yes. See,
What actually ends up being for some people, end up being, and if you're looking at the music going out to the masses, millions of people, there's got to be 5-10% of people that actually literally take the value of the words and try to mimic it in their own real life. And so I just feel like I feel like even though I'm 100% good with artistic expression, I just feel like there is a point, especially when now we're talking about straight up smoking somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially being from Chicago, it hits a little closer to home.
Yeah.
When, you got cousins, you got friends.
That's the thing too.
I went back home to Chicago a couple years ago, and I'm asking where such and such is, and they're like, yo, actually, he got shot right here.
Damn.
I was one time talking to one of my buddies. He said, he got shot right here. I said, no, he didn't, bro. Don't say that. He said, yeah, he got shot right here. He said,
wow.
You see the bullet holes? And I looked. We were standing outside a convenience store. And those bullet holes in the convenience store, and my buddy that I was looking for had got killed right there.
That is crazy.
And so it's like, it hits a little closer to home.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, right. And the fact that, you can't say derogatory things, murderous things about any other demographic except for mine.
That makes sense.
If you say that about any other demographic, then
I see. Yeah,
it's a problem.
I see what you mean. I do think definitely, like, young people growing up in their formative years, I don't think it's a great idea to have that be the mantra of, like, shooting and shit like that. I don't think that should be the mantra, the chorus that a child is singing, and repeating to themselves, because they don't still know who they are yet, right? But a discerning adult who knows art versus reality, there's a difference, like, But at the same time, I see what you mean on that. And if you're somebody who you've seen this firsthand, you know it's not anything good, then I could see how that changes the way you listen to music and what you appreciate and what you don't. And that reminds me, when I had, I used to be a faculty advisor of a hip hop student organization at the community college here. And there was an artist from Chicago, a student who raps. And I told him, he was one of my students. I said, yo, you rap? And he was like, yeah, I rap. And I told him, we have a cypher every Friday, come through. He came to the cypher. And at the cyphers we were having, there was fun. There were like a lot of fun. And it was like people just rhyming, having a great time, this and that. And I was like, yo, you could rhymes whenever you want, just jump in. And he was like, nah, man, I don't think this is the type of cypher that I'm usually a part of. Like, this ain't like what I do. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, like, he wasn't comfortable. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he said, y'all are rapping to have fun. Where I'm from, we rap to let the pain out. He said, I rap to let the pain out. Y'all just rapping for fun. And I think that is in line with what you're saying. Like, people who are there, who experience it, who go through that, they're doing things for different reasons and purposes and intents, you know? And so I was like, when he told me that hit my heart. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
I was,
and I think those of us that, you know, really rock with hip hop and we just vibe. That's what we was upbringing. Our upbringing is, man, like, we can rock with any. I can rock with any, from Chicago, New York. Don't matter where it's from.
Right.
Right. But, you know, I think it can be costly for the wrong minds, especially if they believe some of these things are normal. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
So I think it's just a fine line of like saying, hey, you know what? You know, being aware is the thing.
Right.
That's the main thing. So, man, how did rap stats become a part of your process, and what kind of reactions did you get from the artists?
Yeah, so early in Rap Seminar's history, I would analyze lyrics, and I called it rap stats, and I would generate your stats as an MC, and I would put it in charts and graphs and stuff like that. So I had one for rhymes, one for rhyme percentages. I had a different chart for literary techniques, and so I would tally all of the techniques. You know, so I would count all your metaphors, I would count all your similes, all the moments of imagery. I would count all the rhymes, how many rhymes in total in the song, how many average amount of rhymes per bar. I have formulas for creating all of these things. And then I put it in charts and graphs, and this is what I would use to promote artists. So you would find me and be like, yo, how much for an analysis? And I would give you my price. At the time, it was $75.
So that means you can accurately assess the verse, whether it sonically sounds good to you or not.
Yes.
You can accurately assess the skills and the you know, and the processes that took place to make that song.
Right.
In order to really give it a grade.
Correct.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, for example, in recent history, Mickey Fax and Royce had some more words, right? They, you know, and Mickey dropped a song, and then Royce dropped, I think first dropped a song, and then Mickey dropped, and then Lupe dropped.
Oh, I did. I remember that. It's like 3 years ago or something like that. I remember.
And so there was this debate, like, yo, it was almost like, even though Lupe was not going against Mickey, and Mickey wasn't going against Lupe, they had all dropped tracks and around that same time, and I think they were all directed at Royce, honestly. Like, Mickey's track definitely was, and Lupe's was too. So there was all this talk, like, who won? Who dropped the illest track, you know, and whose song was the best or whatever, who's the most lyrical, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I could tell you who's the most lyrical. Like, I could tell you, like, so I ran the rap stats on all three songs, on Rave.
Oh, I got to see that.
It was a freestyle that Lupe did, which was insane, and then it was a song that Royce did. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, so Lupe's, one of Lupe's joints was an actual freestyle?
It was a freestyle.
Off the top.
Off top freestyle is what they said.
Whoa.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it was an off top freestyle.
I always say Lupe is, to be honest, he's my number one most technical rapper.
Yo, he's nice. Yeah.
He's my number one.
Yeah.
Most, you know, technical rapper. But I'm not coming from your level of.
No,
You know what
but
I'm
I
saying?
did the numbers, right? And I dropped all the rap stats for all the songs in a video. I had the slides, all that, all the charts and graphs. And oddly enough, it came out that some of them did better in other areas, you know. And I'm not going to front. At that time, I was like, shit, like, do I just come out and say, like, who's the nicest, you know, according to the techniques? Or am I political and be like, nah, like everybody won in a certain way? So I think at that time, I said, like, if you're looking for this person got it. If you respect this, then it was this person. But if it was this, it was this. End of the day, though, it was Mickey. Mickey had the highest stats in all the areas. Mickey Facts, right? And Mickey had all the highest stats in all the areas. And Wraith went on to be, today, I would say, considered the song that took it in that era of drops. You know, that people still say that Mickey got Royce out of here with that track. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and that's how I met Mickey Facts.
I was just
Because
about to get to that.
when I dropped that, out of all of them, he's the only one who reached out to me. And he said, yo, this is crazy. And I think he might have reposted it. And then we started kind of dialoguing. We went live one day. And Mickey was like all about that lyrical analysis shit, you know, and the breakdowns and
Still
stuff.
is.
Yeah. So that's how that kind of got kicked off.
I was about to ask that, man.
Yeah.
But okay, so you saying that's how you guys met. But then how did this become Pendulum Inc? And what's your, you know what I'm saying?
So
What's the
Pendulum Inc.
backstory?
Pendulum Inc. is the school that Mickey Facts and Chilla Jones founded. Of course, y'all know Mickey Facts, most likely Grammy Award-winning songwriter. And then we have Chilla Jones, who is a two-time battle rap champion, one of the greatest battle rappers ever on earth, period. Like, one of the forefathers of this shit. Like,
Absolutely.
GOAT,
Shout
you
out
know?
to Chilla.
The Kingpin. So Chilla and Mickey were crafting a book along with Rhymecology. So Rhymecology is my guy Jeff Walker, the rhymecologist. And I see you got your cigar. I got my cigar too right here.
You like go ahead and light
You
yours?
toast cigars or what? I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead and
But
light yours.
yeah, man. So Mickey, Chilla, Jeff, and there was another associate. They all work together, and they're creating this lexicon of rap techniques to teach at the school. All the illest rap techniques that MCs use, some that they invented, that Mickey invented, that Chilla invented, some that battle rappers invented, some that like are traditional techniques that MCs have always used. And they coined the terms and they studied the lyricism, like how do we repeat this technique? What's this? Mirror morphing, ribboning, shadow boxing. We got all types of stuff right now, you know what I'm saying? All of which are in the book called Inc, a Lexicon of Elite Rap Techniques.
Whoa.
We got all the storytelling techniques in there in the chapter that I wrote. We got all of the rhythm and style techniques too. So things about cadence and delivery and all that, right? So they brought me in initially because they know that I had that education background. So they wanted to know, yo, Rob, do any of these lyrical rap techniques equate to literary writing techniques, right? The poetry, the literary world. So they would be like, yo, this is shadow boxing. And they teach me how to do shadow boxing. And then I'd be like, all right, that's internal rhymes. So that's what we call internal rhyming, right? But at Pendulum, we call it shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? Or like when you root rhyming, what's that? And they teach me root rhyming. And then we all had to kind of also agree on terms. So we're naming the terms. So I'm helping them name the terms.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, a root rhyme is like alliteration, but on steroids. Because you're not just rhyming the first letter of a word in a series. You're rhyming the root of a word throughout a series of words. Right? So autobahn, auto pay, automatic, auto. You know? So root rhyming. And so that's what I was doing at first, was just that. And then as Mickey would tell it, he would probably tell you that I just kept showing up to all the meetings. I just kept showing up. That's what Mickey said. Like, I couldn't get rid of Rob. He just kept showing up. But also, though, like, you kept sending me the Zoom link, though, bruh. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so they needed me because they didn't really have an academic on the team. So then it got into, I'm helping them build the syllabi. I'm helping them write the curriculum. I'm editing the book. I'm helping with the layout of the book. You know, I'm helping with formatting. Let me help with this other stuff. Let me help us get our money from PayPal, because PayPal thinks we're selling drugs because we made all this money the first week.
Right.
So I had to do some writing, some technical writing to get the money back, you know, from this. So next thing you know, one thing leads to the next. I end up, through my sweat equity, getting ownership of the company. So I'm part owner of Pendulum Inc,
Man,
the first school for hip hop lyricism
in the world.
in the
by
world.
way.
And we have,
By the way.
by the way, and we have world-class artists. This is not no-name artists teaching. This is Currency teaching you a class. This is Method Man teaching you a class. This is Twista teaching you how to super fast rap. This is Master Ace teaching you how to tell a story. This is Inspector Deck. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how when he writes, he's thinking about the video. He's thinking about how would it look in a movie when he writes. I'm talking about Rod Digger teaching you something. Shauna teaching you something. That's how we and coming up this month, Spooktober, Jadakiss
Tap in.
is gonna be teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Tap in.
Last Wednesday of October.
I've had the privilege of being on one or two of your Pendulum Inc. Classes. Y'all listen, man, you gotta tap in with Pendulum Inc, man. You have to. If you're an artist that's really serious about your craft, just to have that type of exposure, to have that type of access through Pendulum Inc is just, man.
Pendulum is something that you will never have. Just regular you. You ain't never in your life gonna be able to chill with Method Man and him tell you how he wrote this song. Never. You'll never kick it with Meth and him tell you who wrote whose verse for who in the Woo. Unless you their family. Like, that's the type of experiences that we are creating through Pendulum. You know, we had Corey Guns up there kicking a crazy freestyle. You know, we had Murder Mook.
Murder Mook too?
Murder Mook. We had the Locksmith.
Not only you get the lessons, but you also get exposure to
There we go.
and access to these greats that you look up
Right.
to. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was in there live like, man, I'm in here with
It's really wild.
Currency. I'm in here with Mickey Fax. You know, the whole staff, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Currency's class was great.
It really was.
You know, we offer a lot at Pendulum Inc. We have the rhythm and style classes, which are about the different cadences and deliveries, getting on time, finding the pocket. We have advanced rhythm and style, which is the highest level course. You're learning like all the triple time flows, the different cadences. We have rap techniques, where you learn the techniques that the great MCs use. And then we have advanced rap techniques. But beyond that, we have rhymecology, which is the hip hop mental health component, where people learn how to put their emotions and their stories in their songs, where they express, discover, and explore their lyricism and their stories. And then we have electives like hip hop herstory, where we learn from Professor Brittany Moore about the role of women in hip hop and leading up to hip hop and things of that nature. We also have a class called The Evolution of the Rap Group, led by Dart Adams, one of the foremost hip hop historians, talking about how hip hop groups came to be and how before crews, it was gangs in New York. And all, like, yo, his class is crazy. And then I teach the literary component. I teach the Poetry for Rappers class. Mickey teaches the Mickey Money class. That's a business class. And Chilla teaches battle rap. So we got like all the different components, and we help MCs who are nice get nicer. You know, we put the ER at the end.
Man, I got some people that I want to put through the program myself. Because,
Send them through.
Yeah, we're going to do that. You know,
It's
shout
all
out to
online.
Legacy. You going. You attending, bro.
It's all online.
There's no way you can be this close and have this much access and not be involved. So we're going to make sure we push you. That's what I like to do, man. I like to push anybody around me that's great at anything. And now that I'm in this space, man, it's up. It's up,
definitely.
man.
Did you know there was a critically acclaimed hip-hop school for MCs, songwriters, and hip-hop heads such as yourself? It's called Pendulum Inc, and we hold hip-hop writing classes and mental health classes every single week. It's taught by some of the sharpest pens in the game, and we got legendary guests that come through every single month, like Big Daddy Kane, Pharoah Monch, Elzai, Fonte, Method Man, and so on and so forth. And if you already got bars, all you need to do is pull up the Pendulum Sync. Put your bars to the test. Let's get you placed in some movies and television shows. You never know what could happen. If you're trying to work through something emotionally, come to our weekly Pendulum Inc. Rhymecology classes, where we have MCs pen their trauma through mental health to get their minds right. Look, ask around. We more than a hip-hop school. We are a community of like-minded heads that really want to preserve this culture. So if you want to be a part of this, I suggest you sign up at penduluminc.com and jump on a call with me and my faculty. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Long live lyricism.
You guys are
Ain't nothing
doing
like
something
that.
great, man. For real, for real.
Ain't nothing like a nice little cigar.
Facts.
Nice little cigar right here.
Yeah, man. I love it, man. It's like the grown man's incense. You know what I'm saying? So you studied creative writing at UTEP and co-founded Barbwire Open Mic Series, man. What did that space mean to you and also the city?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, man. And that was another era where I was putting people on, you know? The Barbwire Open Mic Series is an open mic event in the city that promotes poetry. We have poets, songwriters, sometimes comedians, storytellers of all types, performance poets. They come look at my kicks. They come through to express themselves at no cost to them, right? It's a free show. And the public comes and they get to see everybody. So you have people practicing their material in the space, right? And when I first was a part of it, early on, it was a part of the Master of Fine Arts department at UTEP. And we would just perform for ourselves, And then when it fell into my hands after the original founder, Veronica Guajardo, she's the original person who started it. After she left, I took over and we founded a home at an organization called Border Senses, which is a literary organization here in town. And so we kept running the open mic, and it expanded from just an event for poets to an event for songwriters and the musicians and all that. And I'm the one who kind of made it into like a talent show, like a party almost. And there would be like 100 people up in there. I would flyer, like a street team. I would flyer and bring all the, like whoever. You rap, come through and perform. Like I was always promoting it. That is the longest standing open mic in the city. And it's the only open mic that's been recognized by city council. So we actually got a day, December 13th is Barbwire Open Mic Series Day here in the city.
Whoa.
And they had a proclamation written by city council where we showed up. We received the proclamation. I performed a poem. And, it was a crazy day, man. And so this open mic, I think, is something that has allowed a lot of people to practice and hone their skills and get more of an awareness about poetry and creative expression. So it's definitely something that we bless the city with, for sure.